Welcome, brothers, to Spiritual Gems for this week, September 22nd to 28th, 2025. We begin with the first question. Describe Solomon's role as a congregator. The role of Solomon as a congregator highlights his responsibility to keep God's people united in loyal worship of their true King, Jehovah. The Hebrew name Koheleth, meaning congregator or convoker, accurately reflects his theocratic assignment as ruler of Israel. Solomon had already assembled Israel and the foreign residents at the temple, demonstrating his leadership in guiding the nation in true worship. Through the book of Ecclesiastes, he continued that role, this time gathering God's people away from the meaningless and fruitless pursuits of the world and directing them toward works that are truly worthwhile in Jehovah's eyes. Next question. What spiritual gems from this week's Bible reading would you like to share? Ecclesiastes 1:2. The greatest futility. Everything is futile. Solomon reminds us that life without Jehovah is empty and meaningless. People can chase wealth, pleasure, or status, but all of it fades. For Jehovah's servants, this text helps us keep our focus on spiritual goals, knowing that they are the only pursuits with lasting value. Ecclesiastes 1:3. What does a person gain from all his hard work at which he toils under the sun? Human effort alone cannot produce true security or satisfaction. No matter how much someone works, they cannot change their mortality or the temporary nature of life. This scripture encourages us to seek real meaning in our service to God, which gives purpose beyond under the sun. Ecclesiastes 1:4. A generation is going and a generation is coming, but the earth remains forever. Human lives are temporary, but Jehovah's purpose for the earth is permanent. This reassures us that the promise of everlasting life on a paradise earth is certain. It also reminds us that we should use our short life now to align with Jehovah's eternal purpose. Ecclesiastes 1:8. All things are wearisome. The eye is not satisfied at seeing, nor is the ear filled from hearing. Humans have an insatiable appetite for more entertainment, more possessions, more experiences, yet satisfaction always slips away. Only a relationship with Jehovah can truly fill the human heart. This helps us see the danger of endless distractions in today's world. Ecclesiastes 1:9. What has been is what will be. There is nothing new under the sun. Human history repeats itself. Wars, injustice, oppression. People try to invent new philosophies or solutions, but they all fail. This verse strengthens our conviction that mankind cannot govern itself successfully, and only Jehovah's kingdom can bring real change. Ecclesiastes 1:11. No one remembers people of former times. Earthly fame is fleeting. Kings, warriors, and thinkers are eventually forgotten. But Jehovah remembers the names of those who fear him and writes them in his book of remembrance. Malachi 3:16. This encourages us to seek his approval rather than human recognition. Ecclesiastes 1:18. For an abundance of wisdom brings an abundance of frustration, so that whoever increases knowledge increases pain. More knowledge often brings more awareness of life's injustices and suffering, which can cause pain. But when knowledge is paired with godly wisdom, it brings comfort and hope. This reminds us to prioritize Bible knowledge, which builds faith and provides peace of mind. Ecclesiastes 2:1-2. I said in my heart, "Come and let me try out pleasure." But look, that too was futility. Solomon tested pleasure, laughter, and entertainment, yet he found them empty. This teaches us that true joy does not come from indulgence or amusement, but from serving Jehovah. While wholesome recreation has its place, only spiritual pursuits give deep satisfaction. Ecclesiastes 2:4-6. I undertook great works, I planted vineyards, I made pools of water. Building projects, gardens, and achievements can give temporary pride, but cannot bring lasting meaning. Many today devote themselves to career or personal projects, yet they often feel unfulfilled. This reminds us that only Jehovah gives purpose to our efforts. Ecclesiastes 2, 7, and 8. I acquired male and female servants, much livestock, silver and gold, singers, many women. Solomon had immense wealth and every pleasure imaginable, yet still felt empty. This warns us not to envy the rich or chase after material abundance. Happiness does not depend on possessions or pleasures, but on Jehovah's blessing. Ecclesiastes 2:10 and 11. I did not deny myself anything that I desired, but everything was futile, a chasing after the wind. Even when someone has all they want, life can still feel hollow without God. This scripture reminds us that selfish pursuits, no matter how successful, end in frustration. True reward comes when our work is guided by Jehovah's purpose. Ecclesiastes 2:15 and 16. What happens to the stupid one will also happen to me. The wise one will die along with the stupid one. Wisdom alone cannot save us from death. Earthly accomplishments and reputation are soon forgotten. This highlights the need to put our hope not in human achievement, but in Jehovah's promise of resurrection and everlasting life. Ecclesiastes 2:17-19. So I came to hate life, because I must leave it behind for the man coming after me. Material possessions must be left behind when we die, often to people who may waste them. This helps us avoid becoming overly attached to what we own. The only lasting inheritance is the treasure we store with Jehovah. Ecclesiastes 2:24 and 25. There is nothing better than to eat and drink and find enjoyment in his hard work. This, too, is from the hand of the true God. Contentment is a gift from Jehovah. Enjoying simple blessings, food, family, honest work, is part of his care. When we are grateful for these daily gifts, we experience joy that others miss because they are too busy chasing more.